Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Jordan's vlog. And Jordan had a good week as usual, right? He wanted to go over to a 3-day because again he's an athlete, and he's like, well, let's just work on, like you said, the squat, bench, deadlift, chin ups, the accessories for them, and just GPP because again he still is a competitive athlete as a young man. And again, we're building his strength base. Now, one of the things people will note is, like, you give him a little more supplemental work than some of your other novices, like more total volume. And I'm like, yes, I do. And it's because he's in really good shape. Again, he's an athlete with good conditioning, and we do GPP and conditioning on top of all of this, and we'll be adding plyos and stuff in before too much longer, because he can handle it because he's in shape. It's something I remind some of the other guys. I mean, that's the downside you pay for not doing sports when you're younger. It's just a reality. The guys who did sports all through their teens are going to have an advantage on you in the weight room. You just have to get over it. It's life choices you made. But I do have to have that come up occasionally with some of them when they see, what he's doing, the other guys. I'm like, well, you made other choices in life. So you have to live with those choices as part of being a man, guys. You got to live with those choices you make. So his squatting, though, we got 10 reps. Like bench, we got 4 on his 95% training max week, which is still good. It still needs to go up the next block. But he got 10 reps on his squat and 10 reps on his deadlift. I increased them substantially going into the next block, right? 15 pounds on the squat training max, and that might not be enough. And I put 25 on his deadlift training max because they're just climbing. It's like he's hitting 10 plus reps every week with the increases, so I gave him a slightly bigger bump. And I already suspect 3 weeks from now, we're going to have to do the same thing again. We're going to have to bump him just as much. Okay, we're going to have to bump him just as much because he's just coming along. He gets strong at all this stuff. Now, we do a lot of dumbbell work, and in his case, it's because that's what he has. He has barbells, dumbbells, and we don't have anything else. So we do tend to do a lot of supplemental dumbbell work, which, people will notice. 4 legs, what do? We do split squats with the dumbbell. And I prefer these with the barbell because the barbell just really fatigues people, with Bulgarian split squats and stuff. I prefer dumbbells unless they have certain specialty bars. It's just easier. We get extra grip training by doing it. That's something else, because he's doing chins all the time. And then I'm making him do dumbbell split squats. We're getting a ton of grip training. Now, I just caught that in that video. There's some wrist bend happening there on that bench. I want to fix that. I want to make sure that goes away. So that's one of the things too. Jordan, get that bar grip tighter. Punch the sky. Maybe don't let those wrists bend back. Don't let them bend back, because right there I'm seeing just a little bit of it. It's just not that bad there. But if it starts off, it's going to get worse as you get fatigued in a set. So this is something we need to be aware of. But on his bench day, what do? We do, bench. We do boring but big. We do dumbbell presses. He apologized. He's like, man, my angle was terrible here. Well, that's fine. And notice I have him with the hands pronated in a bit. We get a stretch reflex at the bottom. Look, if we're going to do dumbbell presses, I like that form. It's easier on the shoulders to have those hands pronated in. And also we get a deep stretch on it. Again, that comes up with dumbbells, and I see people like, well, I move this amount. No, they don't. I see people all the time who really need to be taking 30 pounds off of the dumbbells they use on each side because they're not doing the full range of motion. It's like, and there's no point in doing dumbbells. Then, of course, I have him do the high rep band press downs. And people ask me on that, why do you have a lot of your guys do those? It's for elbow health. Builds elbow tendons. Especially any of my lifters with a history of tendonitis, we knock it out right there. But a lot of these younger guys, too, they worry about elbows and stuff starting to hurt from benching. Their elbows hurt on lockouts on things, and it's usually because of bad exercise selection, particularly combined with elbow tendons that are not up to speed, right? And we can't have that. So I like those band press downs, right? I like them for that purpose. Excellent. We build and hypertrophy the tendons around the elbows. It improves elbow health, gets rid of that tendonitis, particularly if you want a big bench down the road. All right, and his deadlift days are, pretty straightforward. We pretty much, I think for him, we just deadlift in good morning. All right, we deadlift in good morning because it works. And, unlike some of my other guys some of them we just deadlift on that day, I do make him do the good mornings because I do see a little bit of compensation there. You guys notice as he gets fatigued, that background's a little bit. Well, we need some good mornings to help correct that. It'll help correct that quite a bit. I mean, for some lifters, I can use RDLs there also. We can use RDLs as well. But he got 10 reps at 95% training max on the deadlift too. All right. We're getting a lot of reps. So I'm taking his deadlift training max up to 315 this next block. And, he may still get 10 reps on the first week. I don't know. We'll wait and see what he gets. We'll wait and see what he gets. But the deadlift and the squats are coming along great. And again, it's that athletic background. But that's the focus for I've written stuff on that even on my private Facebook and stuff. Where would I like to see most athletes focus? Squat, bench, deadlift, pull-ups, sled drags. That's kind of my big five these days. We could argue about overhead work and stuff for some people. But I think those others, those are our real money makers. It's where we're going to really get the most bang for our buck. We put a focus on those, and then we build stuff around them to fill in the weak links. But that's going to give you your base strength and conditioning for almost any sport that you want to do, right? For almost any sport. I don't care whether it's powerlifting or baseball. I don't care. It doesn't matter. There is where we build our baseline. And it works. And again, I could talk all day about why specifically the squat, bench, and deadlift. And I've discussed that a lot in the past, and I'll discuss it more in the future as to why it makes sense to use those in any program as your base movements. Not just because they are used in powerlifting. It's the fact that they're used in powerlifting that makes them more valuable. But that's a whole more complex topic. And I particularly like body weight exercises, and then I like GPP. I mean, really, basic barbell lifts, calisthenics, general physical preparedness. I think that those three are always going to be a winning combination. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.